What's up, Huskies? We're back with another episode of our sports podcast. Just the two of us today, but I'm Jake.
And I'm Namish.
And today we're going to be talking about the initial pre-free agency window that we're seeing. The franchise tag window is closed as of the date of recording, March 3rd. And we saw some interesting ones. There were only 4 tags. We saw the Colts use the transition tag on Daniel Jones.
And the Falcons tagging Kyle Pitts. The Cowboys tagging George Pickens. And
the Jets tagging Breece Hall. I think all of those are really interesting. Starting with the Colts one, I think that using the transition tag, it's $37 million, but that allows Daniel Jones to hit the free agency market. And if another team really likes him, they can make an offer and the Colts can choose to match it or not. So Daniel Jones, he still does have the choice to go somewhere or stick with the Colts, which I do think is what will happen because I don't think anyone will give him a big enough contract that the Colts will be no, we're not going to match that. I don't think he's getting $44 million a year.
If he can match his performance from this season before he got injured, I think that's when he could be worth more than 37. But still, it's risky.
Yeah, there's only a few teams I could actually see seriously wanting to give him that money. The Vikings, I think, would do it. If they didn't bring in Geno Smith or Malik Willis or another guy, it would probably be Daniel Jones. Maybe the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are going to cut Tua. We know that.
Or they already have.
They designated him as a post-June 1st cut because he's due $99 million over the next 2 seasons. Yeah, his contract was ridiculous.
That's horrible.
Yeah, so
who made that decision to give Tua that much money?
Their old GM, man. That Tua contract, I think, is second only to the Deshaun Watson contract.
If he kept having that season he had a couple years ago, then that's when he would be worth that much.
When he led the league in passing yards, and I think the next season led in completion percentage. That's Tua. It's such a weird case. I feel like that was so much of scheming as well to help get in the opportunities. Yeah. But again, I think there's very few teams that would give Daniel Jones the money that the Colts wouldn't. So I think he'll probably just stick with the Colts for now. And they'll probably look to trade Anthony Richardson because they're allowing him to shop offers as well and see if there's anywhere he could go. Probably would be the Rams, maybe the Falcons.
They need a backup.
Yeah, the Rams to develop after Matthew Stafford because he's got 2 more seasons. I think
2 or 3.
He did just win the MVP, but he's also 37.
Yeah, 30. And it's crazy how close Drake May was to winning. It was only 1 vote. Different.
Yeah, it was a 2-vote difference because one of them went to Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Who gave Justin Herbert that vote?
It was some voter. He went on Twitter and was ranting about how valuable he was to the Chargers season. And he's right. He definitely was right. Justin Herbert is valuable.
But if their O-line wasn't injured, maybe he would be winning the MVP.
Yeah, I think if they had a few more wins, I definitely could see a case for Justin Herbert being the MVP. But yeah, the only other tags that we saw were two that made a lot of sense. The Falcons tagging Kyle Pitts and the Cowboys tagging George Pickens. Both of those, completely. Totally made sense.
Yeah.
Not letting Kyle Pitts hit the market this season, it's only $15 million for his tag, which I think is very fair for services.
Especially after that 150-yard and 3 touchdown game from him.
That was so depressing as a Bucs fan. Kyle Pitts, he has the talent. He has all the talent in the world. It's literally just been coaching ineptitude that has stopped him from being one of the best tight ends in the league. And he's such a matchup nightmare that I'm really looking forward to see how Kevin Stefanski utilizes him because he's such a mobile body and such a big body that he's a matchup nightmare. He can go into the slot pretty easily. And Kevin Stefanski loves utilizing those pass catching tight ends, David Njoku and Harold Fannin Jr. especially.
And he's still young, in his 4th or 5th season. Right?
Yeah, I believe this will be his 5th season because he was drafted in 21.
And then the Falcons might win the NFC South next year.
They definitely have the most talented roster. I think they should definitely win it, but the Falcons are also the Falcons, so who knows? Maybe they'll just end up not doing anything
Somehow all 3 teams came in the same record.
Yeah, if they didn't lose to the Jets, they literally would have made the playoffs.
And how hard was it to beat the Jets?
Apparently very hard if you're the Falcons. But yeah, the other one that made sense, George Pickens, he came out of, Pittsburgh. They traded him like a third and a fifth, and everyone was like, oh, George Pickens, he's a crash out. He's, a hothead receiver. He goes to the Cowboys, and he starts to really produce. Those weeks that CeeDee Lamb was out, he was putting up monster numbers, absolutely monster numbers.
I'm really excited to see what he can do over the next few seasons.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
I mean, because they're going to tag him, and they're definitely going to try to extend him.
Yeah.
Like, if the Cowboys know what they're doing, which generally they do, they should extend George Pickens.
And Dak might have another good season, and then the Cowboys might be on top.
Dak, look, I have always loved Dak Prescott. I know he's getting up there in age, but I still think he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, he is,
and he has
for
crazy
sure.
weapons. Like, he's one of the most valuable players in the league to me.
Yeah.
Like, if the Cowboys had, like, a subpar quarterback, like Justin Fields, or honestly, I feel like really anyone that's not, like, another top 10 quarterback like Dak, they would have been, like, 5 wins this season.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, I think the Cowboys should be way better than they were this season.
It's literally
Like,
just
by
because
record.
their defense was so bad.
Yeah.
And they'll attack this defense pretty hard in free agency. I like the move of obviously tagging George Pickens, but we'll have to see what else they do with their salary cap as well. I believe they've got a good amount of room.
Yeah.
And then the one tag that I feel like did not make sense at all was Breece Hall from the Jets, especially considering the Seahawks didn't tag Kenneth Walker. It just felt like one was a running back that just won Super Bowl MVP, and the Seahawks are like, no, we'll let him test free agency and like trust our retooling process. And then the Jets are just like, yeah, let's tag Breece Hall even though we
Honestly,
have.
I think the
no one
reason the
else.
Seahawks didn't do that was because they know their roster is really good even without Kenneth Walker, so they just test it out.
I mean, I feel like I don't know if everyone else remembers this. The Seahawks have had a pretty bad run game the past two seasons because of the committee that they've been using with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Everyone knew Kenneth Walker was talented, but they refused to give him the touches he deserved. And so
now he got them.
Yeah, they're giving him the chance now to go hit the market and sign with a team like maybe the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs specifically, but a team that needs a running back, like the Saints or.
I mean, a lot of teams need a good ass
like a really good running back. Yeah. Honestly, between the Saints and the Chiefs, I feel like whichever one of them doesn't get Jeremiah Love in this draft is going to sign Kenneth Walker.
And then even the Chiefs have a top 15 pick this season.
Yeah, they're picking. It's literally one after the other. I believe the Saints are at 8 and the Chiefs are at 9.
Chiefs are coming back next season.
It's scary, but
possibly.
It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But yeah, as far as the early free agency window, only a couple other big moves have been made. The Cardinals announced today that they're going to be releasing Kyler Murray at the start of the free agency window, which is just... it makes sense. It really does.
But honestly, I don't know, because, how better is Jacoby Brissett?
Very, I'd say. For their offense, right? And obviously, they're going to bring in, another quarterback. They've been rumored to be looking at Jimmy Garoppolo.
But it's probably a backup. I don't think they'll start him over Jacoby.
They'll probably start Jacoby Brissett at least for the first few weeks, unless they make a splash signing with Malik Willis or I don't know, draft Ty Simpson.
Oh my God, Malik Willis needs a good contract, bro. After that package.
Malik Willis is going to get a lot of money from a team.
If he can play like that, then he could be one of the teams that need a quarterback. He could be he could be a good quarterback for them.
Definitely. Green Bay has always done a good job at building up their quarterbacks. Yeah. The 2 seasons there, the games he started, he's looked phenomenal. Yeah. Especially this last season against the Ravens when he had 330 yards and 3 touchdowns.
3 rushing or 2 rushing?
I believe it was 2 rushing, 1 2 passing, 1 rushing. But yeah, he had a crazy game against the Ravens. Derrick Henry had a better one. I had him in fantasy and benched him. I lost my championship because I benched Derrick Henry when he went off for 46 points.
Oh my God, bro. No way you benched him, right?
Bro, I didn't think he was going to do good. He had been bad for so long, bro. He had been selling my season. That's besides the point.
Only if Tyler Loop didn't miss that field goal.
Yeah.
What if?
As far as other running backs that aren't Derrick Henry... David Montgomery got traded to the Texans for a 4th, a 7th, and an O-lineman. Fantastic trade for the Texans.
Good trade.
It's great value. I always prefer going and targeting a running back in trades, especially with as low value as this, as opposed to drafting someone.
Now you don't need to worry about drafting a good running back.
Yeah.
You just need to prioritize safety over chance.
Yeah, like knowing that you're giving David Montgomery, who's
Yeah.
been solid even despite his ACL injury, I just think that's better than going with someone out of like Boise State in the 4th round.
Yeah.
I like that a lot more.
Well, you never know though. It could be good.
Yeah, I definitely think the Texans, it's a good move for them because they have had offensive woes the entire, like, of the last 2 seasons. This is a great move to try and shore up one of their bigger problems, which was the run game.
Yeah.
And then I'd say the only other, like, really funny move as of today, March 3rd, is Trey Hendrickson being an unrestricted free agent. Because the Bengals could have traded him this offseason or, like they just prolong everything,
Yeah.
right? And now they're not going to get any return on him at all.
Yeah. They better let him go or something soon.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna
like-
walk. He'll get
'Cause, like,
a big contract from, like, maybe
Any
the
team.
Cowboys that
Any
could
team
use
needing a
another
good-
edge rusher.
and like paying your 4 best players a huge amount of cap space is not going to work.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to let one of them go.
they had to pay T. Higgins so much money because they dragged out his extension process. They've got Jamar under contract. They got Joe Burrow. Trey Hendrickson was always either him or T. Higgins was
Yeah.
always going to be the odd man out, and they chose offense over defense, and now he's going to walk for nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of today, that's all we're going to have. We'll be back in a couple of weeks when the free agency window opens, and we'll start to see some moves getting made around. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.